good morning. I'm Raleigh Brown. This is Curve Flattening Concert number 562. I see some people just starting to check in. Steve DeHaas is here on YouTube. Pam Zappardino and Rhonda Scott Merrick and David Harleyson out there in Hawkeye, Arkansas. Slim Edelman out in Tucson, Arizona. And John Hubner, my good friend in Lima, Ohio, and Cindy Glorioso, who just had a birthday. Happy birthday, Cindy. I think she's down in Florida. Warren and Janelle are here and saying Hody. And Brian Denham on YouTube. Welcome aboard, Brian. Susan Kohuth, my friend here in the Sellersville area. And Jeff Blumenthal in Ohio. Donna Bergman, I think, is in Florida. Ken Nashif in the great Northwest. Linda Worster in Western Mass, Michael Anthony Wood in Southwest Oklahoma, and Charlie Bryant in the People's Republic of Montgomery County, Maryland. How's that for you? So let's say hello with a little coffee. I cloink you in the name of good fellowship, good coffee, good guitars. A valiant attempt at good music. We'll see what we can do here. I have a complicated set today. I got some great requests. So I'm seeing some nice cloinks there on the chat. Thank you, thank you. So first up today, this was a request by Warren, and I've only done it on here once before, and I've actually only played it a few times, but it's a beautiful British folk song, one of those really eerie ones. So I like the Anne Briggs singing of it, but I took the lyrics. I can't remember where I got these lyrics from. And it's called She Moved Through the Fair. Let's get this set up. Said to me, my mother won't mind, and my father won't slight you for your lack of kind. And she stepped away from me, and this she did say, it will not be long, love, till our wedding day. As she stepped away from me and moved through the fair, and fondly I watched her move here and move there. And then she turned homeward with one star away, like the swan in the evening moves over the lake. people were saying no two were ever wed, but one had a sorrow that never was said. And I smiled as she passed with her goods and her gear, and that was the last that I saw of my dear. Last night she came to me, my dead love came in. So softly she came that her feet made no din, and as she laid her hand on me, and this she did say, it will not be long, love, till our wedding day. She moves through the fair. She moved through the fair. An interesting sidelight to that is that the great British guitarist Davey Graham had an arrangement of that which sought to merge Indian and Mediterranean music with British traditional music. You can find it on YouTube. Look up Davey Graham, She Moved Through the Fair. And it's a very distinctive guitar arrangement, the kind of thing that is what influenced Bert Jansch in his playing. And Jimmy Page, who was then with the Yardbirds, stole it pretty much note for note and recorded it as a tune that he called White Summer. This is a pattern for Jimmy Page, who later stole Bert Jansch's version of Black Waterside and changed the name to Black Mountainside. You can look it up. You can find these things. So next up, I have a request from Helene Tober Fowler. Let me do a quick bunch of hellos here because a bunch of people have checked in, and I got to about there. And Carol Pred is here, and David Arthur Ratcliffe, and I said hi to Charlie Bryant, and Steve Davidson, my old friend, and Rich Fowler is here, and Helene is here. So she's just in time for her request. And Leonard Augustine in Bavaria, and Cindy Dinsmore up there in Bethlehem, PA, the great doyen of Godfrey Daniels Coffee House. And Donna Greenberg is here, and Michael Tierson, great Philly area DJ, who still has a show. Michael, put a link in the chat if you like. And Kate Mack is here from the West Coast. Bob McKenna, who somewhere in New York, I think he's in Manhattan now. And Brian Kuiper in Indiana. We got people from all over the place. Jerry Gilbertson from Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. Lori Payne is here from northeast Ohio. And Demetrius Bicrelis is here. I don't know where Demetrius lives, but he's got some great instruments, that boy. And Michael Miller in North Carolina. Kyle Van Covering is here, and I think we've covered most of them now. Kate Petrella, my old buddy down in Florida. Pam Zappardino in Maryland. Jay Dusenberry in California. Susan Douglas up there in Marblehead, Mass. Joyce Goldberg. Hi, Joyce. She's in Holland, PA, if she's not in Florida right now. And Tom Dietz is here. Amy Farabee. We have a good bunch of people. A lot of my old friends are here today. So next up, this is for Helene Tober Fowler. Somewhere Over the Rainbow. A little more coffee. So today is a beautiful day here in in southeast Pennsylvania. It must have been about 62 degrees when I walked Charlie this morning. Charlie's over here on his, he's on his tile. I'll see if I can get him. You can kind of see him through the microphone stand, I think, if I do this. He's right behind that big pile of dog toys, sleeping by the hearth. That's my boy. That should be just about right. Good. And we had a lovely walk, but I was thinking about how hot it was, and I thought you guys might like to hear something a little cooler, a little chillier. This is a Canadian song. From a band called Steel Rail. Snow needles in the headlight. Cold moon knows the way I feel. It was snowing in Toronto when I got behind the wheel. 12 hours on the road. Now the flakes still coming down. I got 3 more days of blacktop till I'm back in my hometown. I'm driving home, driving home across 1,000 miles of snow. Drifts dancing across the highway, static on the radio. I'm humming Walk That Lonesome Valley, so I don't feel so alone. I left my life behind when I moved east so many years ago. Now these empty roads will take me back to faces I won't know. I'm driving home, driving home across 1,000 miles of snow. Left the concrete and the neon for these empty fields of grain. I wish each time these wipers arced, they'd wash a week away. And in the center of the city, I still heard that west wind blow. Now this old slant 6 and my regrets will carry my heart home. I'm driving home, I'm driving home across 1,000 miles of snow. Lord, I'm driving home, driving home across 1,000 miles of snow. A 1,000 Miles of Snow by Steel Rail. Great band, if you can find their CDs. Their website used to be steelrail.ca, for Canada. So I'm going to put aside the pre-war here for a little bit and pick up an electric. Don't go away. And while I'm doing that, we'll do some announcements. I also have to do some plugging of stuff in. So, the announcements, and I don't have much to say. I feel like I must be beating a dead horse here about the PayPal and Venmo links. Just so you know, we have to pay our eCam bills and our Zoom bills and our dog walking and all that stuff. So if you feel like donating something, never expected, but always appreciated. And the Invisibles, Kit Serikaku, Judith Fox, Joel Biget, and Mario Prue. And you may or may not have noticed when I flashed over to Charlie there that my Prue guitar is sitting on a stand there. We may at the end do a little quick comparison between the Prue and the pre-war, so stick around. I don't know how many people I've missed on the say hellos here. Let me see. Deb Libby Clark is here. I hope you're doing okay, Deb. And Ann Mintz has arrived, continuing to recover from her knee surgery. And Bunny Barnes is here. And I think most of the rest of you I said hi to. I said hi to Amy. And like that. Okay, well, Ellen O'Brien. I didn't say hi to you. Hi, Ellen. Nice of you to stop in. And Connie Copy is here too. So I try to keep up with these things. That's all for now. And Susan Douglas, I apologize. It's Rockport and not Marblehead. They're both kind of iconic towns to me, so I got them mixed up for a second. And Cozy is here. Cozy Sheridan, I'm going to do my announcements out. Cozy will be on tomorrow, Monday. They're doing a special Monday broadcast because she can't be around for Tuesday. And that's the next thing I have on the list is these future concerts. So Cozy and Charlie tomorrow morning, Monday morning at 10:30 a.m. And then I don't know what's on Tuesday, if anything, and then I will be back on Wednesday at 3, and we will discuss whatever we need to then. So this next request, the reason I pulled out the electric, the great Chris Myers jazz guitar, is because Jay Peterson requested the Beatles tune Michelle. Now, I'm not a big fan of people other than the Beatles playing Beatles tunes. And there are fingerstyle guitarists of my ilk who have made a kind of major career choice to do a whole lot of Beatles stuff. And they do it beautifully, but nobody can do it like the Beatles did it. Nevertheless, Jay Peterson asked for the song Michelle, which I've never played, so I thought, here's a challenge. I have 36 hours to figure out this tune. And so, and one of the things I figured out is it sounds much better on an electric guitar, and it's easier to play too because it's a little hard. The fingerings are. So here we go. My apologies to Lennon and McCartney, and this is what you hear is what you will get. You know. I apologize to the Beatles. So we will turn this off. And I'm going to do a quick switch here. I'm going to disappear for a second. Be right back. You stay there, Charlie. You're a good boy. Just preparing, trying to be ready for whatever comes next. We got the pre-war. Now this next one was a request from Steve DeHaas, and this is an old favorite of mine. There's my pick from my early finger picking days, although I'm playing with a flat pick today. Hybrid style. So I did a Tom Paxton song the other day. I did Last Thing on My Mind. But that was only my second favorite Tom Paxton song. This was my favorite one back when I was 17 years old. It's a long and a dusty road. It's a hot and a heavy load. The folks I meet ain't always kind. Some are bad and some are good. Some have done the best they could. Some have tried to ease my troubled mind. And I can't help but wonder where I'm bound, where I'm bound. Can't help but wonder where I'm bound. I have wandered through this land just to doing the best I can, trying to find what I was meant to do. And the people that I see, they look worried just like me. Looks like they've been wondering too. And I can't help but wonder where I'm bound, where I'm bound. Can't help but wonder where I'm bound. And I had me a girl one time. She had lips like sherry wine. She loved me till my head went plumb insane. But I was too blind to see she was drifting away from me. A good gal left on the morning train. And I can't help but wonder where I'm bound, where I'm bound. Can't help but wonder where I'm bound. I had me a buddy back home, but he drifted out to Rome. Here he's out by the San Francisco Bay. And sometimes when I've had a few, his old voice comes a-singing through. Going out there to see him some old day. And I can't help but wonder where I'm bound. can't help but wonder where I'm bound. If you see me passing by, and you sit and you wonder why, you wish you could be a rambler too. Well, nail your shoes to the kitchen floor, lace them up and bar the door. Thank your stars for the roof that's over you, 'cause I can't help but wonder where I'm bound. Where I'm bound, can't help but wonder where I'm bound. No, I can't help but wonder where I'm bound. Can't help but wonder where I'm bound. From Tom Paxton. And I have one more for you, and then stick around, because after the last song, I'm going to do a little comparison between the pre-war guitar and my Prue, which I snuck over here between those last couple songs. And you get to put your opinion up there, what you think of the different sounds. I don't think one is better than the other, but you might. Who knows? So this is my original for today. Haven't done this one in a while, but it's always meaningful. Life can throw you some curves, and things don't always come out right. Everybody has the blues sometimes, and nobody wins every fight. So if you're feeling gloomy about all that you have lost, just be glad that you had it when it's time to pay the cost. Just repeat after me. My life is not a tragedy. Now maybe you've lost that love, or time took your loved ones away. Even if you're the last man standing, you too will fall one day. Well, I started as a baby and I grew to be a man. If I end up as an old dog, I guess I'll understand. And when I look into the mirror, that old man will agree. My life is not a tragedy. I've been down so many pathways. You know, I've seen it all. Not gonna get all low down when my back's against the wall. So if hard times descend on you and dark clouds are overhead, you just better grab on to living before they pronounce you dead. If you find that you're suffering from a bad case of the blues, you gotta get up in the morning and adjust your attitude. Just repeat after me. My life is not a tragedy. My life is not a tragedy. My life, like your life, my life has some tragic moments, but my life is not a tragedy. Words that I try to live by, and believe me, it's not always easy. So what I'm going to do here, I have the Prue and I have the pre-war, and I'm going to play little short passages. I'm going to put this over here so I can manage this better. And you can hear these two guitars. I'm going to take my strap off because it'll be easier to switch them out. So when I test these guitars, anytime I try out a new guitar, these are some of the things I want to hear. I want to hear what the bass sounds like. Then the next thing I want to hear is I want to hear just some kind of rhythm flat picking. And then I also want to hear, and this is really important when you play the kind of music I play, where sometimes you come up to the dusty part of the fingerboard. I want to hear what this area in the 7th to the 10th fret sounds like on the high strings. And so those are the things I go for, and then a lot of times I'll just play, you know, I might play a little part of a tune. And then I'll go back to the tape later and listen and see what I think. But I know when I'm playing them, they're both such good. I'm just so grateful that over years, over the years I have owned, I'm wondering if I have my numbers up here. Hang on a second, because I was looking at this recently. So I've owned, since I started playing the guitar in 1964, I've owned 71 guitars. And I currently own probably 7 really good guitars. And so what that means is, over the years, I have winnowed my way through all these guitars and said, this one, not good enough, this one, that's good. Then maybe decided, maybe it's not that good, and gone through all these guitars. And so what I have now, to me, is the epitome of great guitars. I have these two. I have my Martin OM18 Authentic. I have my 34 Gibson LOO. And those are the keepers. Those are my 4 that I would never sell. And then I have my J200, my Gibson J200 Junior. And the Chris Myers guitar, which is in a different class. It's a jazz guitar, very different sound. And there's one more here that I'm forgetting. Oh, the Eastman, which is a really nice guitar, probably kind of fulfills the same niche in my collection that this one does, and no comparison. So that one will probably, my buddy Martin Grosswent might want to buy that one. Anyhow, that's a little look into the convoluted guitar-loving brain of your host for today. And I want to thank you all for joining me. Let me see if I missed anybody. It looks like I missed a lot of comments here. Dave Mason is here, and I said hi to all you guys, and Marjorie Sprouse, and Cozy, you said post the lyrics to what? To My Life Is Not a Tragedy? I'll I'll send them to you. Or maybe that. I don't know. You text me offline. We'll figure it out what you're talking about. Kathy Marzik is here. She got here a little bit late, I think. And I think I said hello to most of the rest. If I missed anybody, I apologize. So, be happy and be healthy. Be brave and be calm. Be kind. It's a snap. And if you get cranky, take a nap. Thank you all. Thanks for joining me. Listen to Cozy tomorrow and Charlie, and I will look forward to maybe seeing you on Wednesday. Bye-bye.